Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to our AdMob Monetization Strategies webinar. Let's get started. A little about me. I'm Michelle again, a San Francisco-based strategic partner manager here at AdMob. I'll be your host today, taking you through our presentation. Feel free to also submit your questions today in the chat. We'll follow up with you via email with helpful resources and answers to your questions after today's session. So what you'll learn today, hopefully how to navigate the evolving app landscape. We'll share app industry trends, how AdMob can help you monetize your app. We'll chat through ad formats and app monetization, how to join the ranks of other successful app developers. You'll hear stories from Mattel and Duolingo, and how to get started today with quick tips and best practices. Let's start off by talking about how the app landscape has evolved. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that most developers utilize in-app purchases to monetize their apps, but on average, only 5% of users will spend on in-app purchases? We're missing out on monetizing the remaining 95% of our users. So what can we do to monetize the remaining 95%? In January of this year, the Interactive Advertising Bureau, IAB, conducted research and found that nearly 8 in 10 consumers would rather receive more ads than pay for digital content and services. On this slide, you could see from Statista that ad tolerance has increased over time. We are seeing more apps, even the flagship ones, exploring additional revenue streams. Verified marketing research projects in-app advertising to grow almost 20% on average annually, and expects it to generate over $540 billion by 2028. Netflix is a recent example that shows the shift to in-app advertising. They recently discontinued their basic ad-free plan, and Uber has also started to implement ads in their app. So how can you create a hybrid monetization strategy that works for all of your users? We'll introduce how Google AdMob can help with that. So first, let's talk about what Google AdMob is. AdMob is a free platform that helps app developers and publishers like yourselves earn more money by displaying ads in their apps. It's designed to make it easy for developers and publishers to build sustainable revenue streams. AdMob provides simple and powerful tools for ad mediation to maximize ad revenue. How it works. So AdMob provides a way for Google to help app developers earn more money from their apps. AdMob works by matching ads to your app based on criteria that you set. The ads are created and paid for by advertisers who want to promote their products in your app. Since these advertisers pay different prices for different ads, the amount you can earn will vary. So what are the key advantages of using AdMob as your monetization platform? Well, one, maximize your long-term revenue. A vast network of global advertiser demand enables you to maximize revenue by surfacing ads from small, medium, and large businesses on your app, which you manage through a process called ad mediation. And through this process, you have the flexibility to control and optimize how advertisers bid for your ad space. Two, there's also a lot of great formats to choose from, which we'll get into in a bit. We also have safeguards and controls in place to protect your app from showing bad ads. And lastly, we have in-depth reporting along with actionable insights, empowering you to make informed decisions that can boost your app's long-term earning potential. But back to the original question, how can you effectively monetize 95% of users who don't purchase in-app? You'll want to tailor your ad monetization strategies to generate revenue from those who don't purchase in apps. So show IAPs to users, to purchasers, and rewarded ads for non-purchasers. Most users don't have the means to make an IAP purchase. Instead, give these users the option to watch an ad. And also diversify your ad format mix and frequency to battle ad blindness. Let your app monetize users with other formats that are not typically in your format mix once you identify them as non-purchasers. You'll want to ensure you provide your users with a safe, high-quality experience within your app. We'll chat through what all this looks like in the following slides. So let's talk about how you can customize the user experience. So as you can see, here are some of the best tried and true formats that are popular in the industry, fit for your app. So let's kind of dive into what the highlights and use cases are here. For banner ads, these are the basic rectangular ads that occupy a portion of your screen, typically top or bottom of the screen. They have various sizes, so you can fill different layouts, and they can be static or animated. They're great for generating ad impressions and revenue in apps with limited screen space. They're suitable for all types of apps, particularly those with frequent user interactions, and they can be integrated seamlessly into the app's design without disrupting user experience. Our popular interstitial ads, the highlights here, they're full screen ads that appear at natural breaks or transition in your app. They could be rich media content like images, video, and interactive elements. They have high engagement potential due to their full screen format. The best use case here is for monetizing free-to-play games and apps with natural breaks in the flow. Great for also promoting new features or content within your app. They help generate high revenue per impression as a result. Rewarded ads are growing more in popularity as well between gaming and non-gaming apps. Highlights here are that they're full-screen video ads that offer a user reward for watching the ad in its entirety. So rewards can be something like an in-app currency, extra lives, or other benefits that you designate in your app. They have high user engagement and typically opt-in rates as well. They're great for monetizing free-to-play games and apps by offering users valuable rewards. They help increase user retention and engagement by providing incentives for interacting with ads, and they drive in-app purchases by offering rewards that can be used to unlock premium content. Lastly, native ads are customizable ads that blend seamlessly with your app's design and content. They can include various elements like headlines, images, and call to action buttons. They also have a high user acceptance due to their non-intrusive nature. Best use cases we find are for providing a natural and engaging advertising experience, monetizing content-rich apps, so like news feeds and social media platforms, and they enhance the overall user experience by providing relevant and interesting ads. Let's look at some of our emerging ad formats. App open ads are full-screen ads that appear when the app is launched or resumes from the background. They can be static or animated with or without video content. They have high visibility and engagement potential. Best use cases here for monetizing apps with frequent launches and background activity. They reach a large audience with impactful full-screen ads, and they generate revenue during natural app transitions. Rewarded interstitials can also offer in-app rewards similar to traditional rewarded ads for watching a full-page rewarded interstitial ad. No user has to opt in to prompt the video ad, but instead retains the choice by choosing to whether to engage or close the ad and receive the reward if they do watch the ad. Best use cases here for monetizing users who don't typically opt into the traditional rewarded formats while traditionally reaping high CPMs similarly. Our full screen natives are newer. They are very immersive for user experience, occupying the entire screen. So they capture the user's attention and deliver an engaging, impactful ad experience. Their size and prominent placement ensure maximum visibility and brand exposure. They are also seamlessly integrated. So they're designed to blend seamlessly into your app or website content, providing a non-disruptive user experience. They're also a mobile-first format, so they're optimized for mobile devices where users spend a significant amount of time enhancing reach and engagement. They can accommodate a variety of rich media formats like images, videos, and interactive elements, and they allow for creative and compelling storytelling. And then lastly, adaptive banners automatically adjust to the size and layout to the fit available. So they fit the screen space depending on the user's device and ensure a seamless, consistent ad experience across desktops, tablets, mobile phones. So this prevents that awkward cropping or distortion that could negatively impact user engagement. They can help improve ad experience by adapting to different screen sizes. They're more likely to be seen, clicked on, which can lead to increased ad impressions, click-through rates, and conversions. They're also simple. Advertisers only need to create one ad that will automatically adapt to various screen sizes, saving time and resources compared to creating multiple ad sizes. And future proofing, as new devices and screen sizes emerge, adaptive banners are designed to seamlessly adjust, ensuring your ads remain effective and relevant. Remember that the best ad format here, it will depend on various factors, such as your app category, your target audience, and overall user experience. So consider testing different ad formats and placements to find the most optimal combination for maximizing revenue and user engagement. Our focus on innovation means you can always have access to the latest ad formats to maximize your app's revenue potential. We offer non-intrusive ad formats, as we showed a little bit, and advanced controls offer ad content to maximize user satisfaction and boost retention. Let's take a deeper dive into some of the examples of the newer formats we discussed. So starting with full screen native, you could see the visual on the screen. We often find these in apps that are social, news, weather, entertainment, and tools. So here's some ideas on how it could match the feel of your app and still remain super engaging to the users. For App Open, you'll find that it's a flexible format with the full screen, partial screen, with full screen and partial screen ads. So the best creatives for each user's device dimensions. They're visually appealing, as you could see, and UX optimized for rendering. And pro tip, avoid targeting your new users so that they don't get confused by this as their first experience with your app. For rewarded interstitial, I want to show you an example of how publishers can use this with in-app purchases. So as you know, most users don't opt to pay for purchases, as I discussed. You could segment your audience to show ads to users who are most unlikely to pay with an option to watch an ad instead. So like in this example, you could either purchase a value padlock or get a free coin pack by watching an ad. On the left, you can see the regular banner ads highlighted in red, and on the right, you'll see the newer anchored and inline adaptive banner. So as you can see, the adaptive is automatically selecting an optimal creative for the device at hand and fills the space well. Creatives are not stretched or cropped, and they appear complete with the UI and avoid white space surrounding them. This all makes for a great user experience while allowing you to maximize eligible advertiser demand. So let's dive into this monetization mix chart a bit. It shows recommendations for your monetization mix based on your app's features. So in the right corner, that blue quadrant, these are essential app features that are also used by the majority of your users. An example could be like a shuffle feature on a music streaming app. For these types of features, you'll want to carefully integrate your monetization strategy. We recommend ads like native as they flow seamlessly into your app experience. In the top left, in the green square, these are essential app features that are not used by most of your user base. An example would be an advanced editing tool, like in a photo editing app, for example. For app features like these, we recommend an opt-in monetization strategy. So meaning ad formats like rewarded, for example. When you're providing a high value reward, in this case, access to advanced editing tools for a free certain time period. So next, looking at the bottom left red quadrant, these are optimal app features that are not used by the majority of your user base. An example would be a game having different kinds of themes. The majority of your users may use the standard theme and have a long game playing time, but you have a handful of users that are playing, that like playing using a special theme. So however these users tend to have, low game playing time, you can utilize an aggressive monetization approach with this smaller group of users and show them engaging interstitial ads more frequently. Finally, that bottom right yellow square, these are optimal features that are used by many. An example of this would be like saving a podcast to listen offline. You can utilize interactive rewarded interstitial ads as the action is high reward and will also generate high revenue per impression. So to create the best user experience, you can adjust ad frequency based on users' behavior. Ad frequency is how often your ad shows to the user. You'll want to implement new ad placements, review the app's user experience to identify new opportunities where ads can be placed without negatively impacting the user experience. You'll want to maximize your render rate as well. When your ad renders, it means it's been successfully served to the user. You could do so by implementing a caching mechanism for ads to reduce the load time and improve the render rate. You can use AdMob's pre-caching feature to ensure ads are loaded before they are displayed. And finally, lower the minimum acceptable price for ads, also known as lowering the floor price. By lowering the floor price for the ad formats you want to adjust, it can help increase the number of ads shown, which can increase how frequently an ad is shown. So, how do we build trust with our users while still being able to monetize our app? Well, you can do so by building user trust through relevant ads. When ads engage user at the right moment, it can lead to a better conversion rate. And a better conversion rate equals a good return on investment and a higher confidence level to bid. You should also ensure safe, high-quality experiences in your app. Ads content filtering can serve relevant, compliant ads to ensure the best experience for your users. The Ad Review Center, you can review, monitor, and block ads that have served in your app. Ad Inspector, so this is a real-time ad testing device that can check if your ads are filling as expected. It can also identify errors and view details on how to solve them. Mediation policy, so keep inventory compliant without worrying about interrupted ad serving. And lastly, appads.txt helps protect your app from inventory spoofing and to give you more control over who's allowed to sell ads on your app. Next, we'll share a couple examples of apps and their results after they've implemented a hybrid monetization strategy. Here's an example from Mattel on how they diversified their revenue stream from in-app purchases to in-app ads. Initially, they relied solely on IAPs in their first game, Uno, but they quickly decided to diversify their revenue stream with in-app ads. They used AdMob bidding in addition to waterfall mediation to scale revenue. The result? An impressive 12% increase in ad revenue. Duolingo also partnered with AdMob to implement their ad monetization strategy. They implemented native, the user-friendly ads across all formats, using mediation and bidding to maximize their revenue. This strategy allowed them to increase ad revenue by 70% while maintaining a free, high-quality user experience. The additional revenue even enabled Duolingo to run Super Bowl commercials, demonstrating the significant impact AdMob had on an app's success. Lastly, let's chat through some quick tips and best practices. So how can you get the most out of your app? Well, test your app. Testing your ads are implemented correctly and to also ensure that you are taking an important step in your app development. A simple option is to use Google-provided demo ad units. When you use the Google-provided ad unit IDs, demo ads will always fill, giving you an idea on how your ads look. Alternatively, you can also configure your device as a test device and use your own ad units to test the ads. You'll also want to optimize your CPM floors. Setting an eCPM floor acts like a price control. It tells AdMob, don't show ads on this ad unit unless they're willing to pay at least this much per 1,000 impressions. This helps you protect your ad revenue from being undercut by low-paying ads. It also ensures you maintain a certain level of earnings from your ad inventory. You'll want to enhance your impression capping as well, enhancing the user experience within your app by limiting the number of times ads are shown to the same user within a given period. This can help prevent ad fatigue and annoyance leading to a more positive perception of your app. Lastly, linking Firebase. You're able to view user metrics in your AdMob account and see how changes to your ad experience might impact user behavior. You can get valuable insights into how your ad strategy impacts user engagement. You can also track key metrics like session duration, daily active users, for example, to gauge how user satisfaction is and app health. You can use Firebase to A/B test and experiment with ad formats and app features and designs on a small scale. It helps you make informed decisions based on real user data before rolling out changes to your entire audience. Just to give some policy best practices as well, always put your user first. It's one of our core tenets that we have at AdMob. Don't click on your own ads either. Instead, try test ads to demo your setup without risking violation. And as a publisher developer, taking control of your ad traffic is your responsibility. But using AdMob reporting and filters makes it easier to keep a pulse on these insights to better monetize your users accordingly and spend time on what you do best, building good apps. And avoid partnering with untrusted, low-quality parties. You play a key role in keeping our app ecosystem safe, sustainable, and useful for all. So next steps, you'll want to sign up for AdMob by scanning the QR code below. If you're not able to scan, we also have the link below. And if you're not ready to sign up for AdMob yet, feel free to request a consultation. We'll be sending out a follow-up email with all of these resources and links, along with a link to the recording to the session and answers to your questions you've submitted today. Again, here's the QR code in case you missed it. And I just want to thank you for attending today's session, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.